What is sin? I don't mean the list of the do's and don'ts of what sin is. That's not what I mean. I mean, why is it a sin? I think this is really important to understand what sin is. And especially in today's age where many Christians are being asked to defend their beliefs, their values. Because when you listen to how people are arguing against our beliefs, against God's teachings, you definitely understand that they're coming from a position that sin is just some kind of arbitrary list of things. That our God or somebody just made this arbitrary list of things to do that doesn't have any purpose. It pisses God off. As if God is some kind of petty human being that sin is annoying to him. Like I said, it bugs him. It's like a pet peeve. It's like squeezing the toothpaste from the middle or from the end, or having the toilet paper roll facing up versus down. No. We really, as Christians, need to understand that there's a reason why these things are sin. Sin is not the judgmental value that would be a pettiness like I just described. Look at the Old Testament where it says one should wash their hands before they eat. I think you know why you should wash your hands before you eat, so you don't get sick. There's germs on your hands. You get some bad stuff on your hands and you consume it, you will get sick. Now, we understand that now, but understand that 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 1,000 years ago, they didn't understand that. They didn't know what germs were. So why'd they wash their hands? They didn't understand. They washed their hands because God told them to. When you have a child that's a year and a half, 2 years old, and they're sticking knives or spoons or something in a light socket, you don't sit there and, excuse me, Junior, but you better stop that because you're going to get an electrical shock. Even though you don't see it in there, there's electricity and it can hurt you. No, you go over and say, no. And the child listens to you. Why? Because you made it very clear this is not something you should be doing. I'm the parent, and I'm looking out for you. Listen to me. Trust me. And a lot of times when a kid, any parent understands this, it's that frustrating feeling that you get. Damn it, why didn't you listen to me? That's the angst that God has towards us when we sin. It's like, I told you this is bad for you. Why don't you listen to me? I understand that you don't know why I'm telling you this is a sin, but just like a 2-year-old wouldn't understand, you're not going to understand either. You're not capable of understanding why this is bad for you yet. You don't know enough. Now, back 1,000 years ago, they didn't know enough. Well, now we do. We know why we wash our hands. But there are still some things that are a sin that we don't understand why. Homosexuality is one of them. It's not a judgment. I'm not judging someone who's homosexual. I don't personally have a problem with anyone who's gay or bi or whatever, with the LBGT, ABC, whatever. I don't care. Any more than it bothers me that someone's an alcoholic. Any more than it bothers me that someone doesn't wash their hands before they eat. Any more than it bothers me that someone else cheated on his wife. These things don't bother me. They don't affect me. But if you ask me if these things are good for you, I'm going to tell you no. And some of them I might be able to explain, like washing your hands, and some of them I may not be able to explain, like being gay. I don't know why it's bad for you. I guess what I'm trying to say is think of sin as being a cancer. Think of sin as being a disease. You're not doing anybody any favors when you tell them it's okay to keep shooting heroin in their arms just so they can feel good about what they're doing. You're not doing anybody any favors when you tell them it's okay to keep drinking alcohol to the point of blacking out and ruining their lives and losing their jobs. You're not doing anybody any favors to lie to them. And that's what the world is asking you to do.